Western Conference is crammed, especially from seed 4 to 12, basically. All right, and it's crazy. It's crammed up. A lot of teams in there. There's no real clear dominant team in the West. So we're going to talk about, and this question was requested by Javon. We're going to talk about which team is the most dangerous. What's the most dangerous team in the West? J-Mo, kick us off.
Oh man, this one is very close. It's very close to me because like I want to touch on three teams or why it's close. Three different reasons for both teams, all three teams. I think Phoenix is one of them just because the talent they have and how the potential of how scary they can be if they were to put it together. Just off the talent alone. We're not even going to bring in the amazing coach they have. You know what I'm saying? They got a great coach. So I think that could easily take it to another level. But a lot of people expecting, Golden State had this many superstars, and Phoenix got this many. They can be as good as Golden State. Phoenix don't got the snipers that Golden State had. Not only were those guys great scorers, they're great snipers. KD, the only sniper over there in Phoenix. So they more like the mid-range committee, the midi committee. You know what I'm saying? CP3, D-Book, and Kevin Durant. So I think they could be a very, very dangerous team. Another team I think that can be very dangerous is the Kings.
Like the
Just because just because, it's the Kings, man. Let's start with that. I don't care how good they doing in the regular season. People are gonna say it's the Kings. That's what people are gonna say. But the reason why they can be scary is because the regular season, what they doing? Like top offense, very good top defense, like great in the clutch, great coach, and they have no outside expectations. They have no pressure. They putting pressure on themselves. Nobody's putting pressure on them. Nobody's saying the Kings got to do this, they got to do that. So they just playing with house money at this point. But that's a great call, Tom. Them Golden State Warriors, man. They just won last year. I know how bad they playing. I know. But it seems like the defense, like when they on the road, man, the defense is terrible. But when they at home, the defense is good. So, like, that's dangerous because that can easily, it seems like a switch can easily be flipped if they are all healthy. So, like, I think I'm going to have to go with the Warriors, man. Just because we know what they can do. We've seen it. And they don't look like the Warriors right now. But it's night and day, home and away. So if they can somehow meet in the middle, which is very likely to me, kick Kevin out the comments.
Yeah, I know, right? Talking
And the
about
Mavs. Get him out of here. But yeah, that's my take.
All right, J-Mo, we agree. I got the Warriors. So sorry, this question is scariest, not dangerous. My bad. I kind of messed up the words. I think the Warriors are the scariest team in the West, and this is why. Offensively, they are already good. With the problems they have, they're great. They're second in points per game behind the Kings, of course, like the Bang. All right, so they are the second. They got great offense. Curry is having one of his best seasons in his career, averaging 36 assists, 36 rebounds, 6 assists. He's never done that in his career, by the way. While shooting 50% from the field, 44 from three. So he's having one of the best careers. Klay Thompson is having one of the best years of his career. He averaging 22. It is not a lot, but his career high is 22, right? So he's doing. And last month he averaged 27 points last month, right? In February, he averaged 27 in February. Jordan Poole's averaging a career high, 20 points a game. So they offensively they doing their thing. The issue, like J-Mo said, is the defense. They're 18th in the defensive rating right now, 28th on the road in defensive rating, but they're third at home. Just to tell you that they just
Clay
Wash Thompson, exactly. Clay Wash Thompson. I don't know if you joking or you trolling. All right. So they're third in defensive rating at home, just to tell you how good they could be if they want to. And what that just tells me is they're running on fumes right now. Right, right now they just trying to get to the playoffs and then turn things up. I know they're doing interviews that Curry said we got to figure it out. It's just that's how it is when you're doing the same. That's why Jordan winning having two three-peats like that back to back is huge because it's hard to stay good for a long time. So I think that's what was going with them. Plus, Andrew Wiggins is out for personal reasons. It's a high chance he's going to come back. GP2 will come back. They said most likely he'll come back right before the playoffs start. So those two defenders right there that's going to help them in the playoffs. I think once Andrew Wiggins walk in, they straight. They start lineup is second in plus minus in the NBA right now with Andrew Wiggins. So don't forget. And lastly, don't forget last year when they won the championship. In their last 28 games, they went 12-16. They ended the season awful. But within those 12 and 16, those 28 games, first they went 7-16, and then they finished the season all going 5-0. So I think that they're going to be good. As a Kings fan, that's a team I don't want to see in the first round. All right, Javon.
All right. I like y'all pick the
That's a
Warriors. I mean,
criticism.
of course, they got the two most dangerous shooters in the league on their team, you know. But I'm going to go with the Mavericks. I got you, Kev. Hey, Kev, I got you, my boy.
I ain't even going with
And
this.
here's why. That's a hater in the background. But here's why. What did Luka do last year with almost the same team
Mm-hmm.
with a second score? Western Conference Finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
This year had the same team, right? Except they lost Finney, your boy Finney, right? That's your boy, right, Joe Finney?
Mm-hmm.
There's one more person they lost.
Bronson.
Well, no, it's in that trade.
Oh, you talking about the trade?
In the trade. Another
He lost Spencer Dinwiddie.
Spencer.
I did a defender.
Spencer.
That's a son.
Exactly. Nobody.
So I think the games that we seen with Luka and Kyrie on the floor, we saw that their offense is not the problem. We see that their offense is not the problem. Their problem was their defense. But their guy was injured, Max Keeper, who was arguably their best post defender.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where they need a defense at. Now, I think what's going to really help them this year in the playoffs is Christian Wood. Now, Christian Wood is a very diverse big. He can shoot from the outside. He can get his buckets on the inside. And he can kind of rim protect as well. Now, I feel like Jason Kidd, what he's doing now, and what's happening now, actually, the fact that Luka and Kyrie is out, they both get to see the team like as a coach, kind of from the point of view as a coach, and the players also get to get out there and play without those guys, so they can get their own rhythm and their own things going. Now I like that also for the young guy Hardy, who's coming off the bench getting buckets. Now he's going to be a great addition because Spencer who? Jay Hardy. That's all we need.
That's who?
I feel like Luka has something to prove. I feel like Kyrie has something to prove, and I feel like that is going to be the most dangerous thing in the playoffs. Those two dudes, two unstoppable guys getting buckets, and I got the Mavericks making a deep run this year in the playoffs.
You sound like me last year. They did make it though. They did. They made a deep run. All right. So I'm gonna start off first by saying I think J-Mo said the Kings. I think the Kings is as dangerous as some shaman tissue. I'm telling you, I don't see them as they having a good season. I ain't gonna hate on them. I mean, it's just because the collection of players, I guess they just not super big names yet. Just can't see who's gonna carry them in the playoffs. My teams is kind of different. Yeah, I think I got two teams that are different, one the same. The most scariest or dangerous to me is the Phoenix Suns, just because the addition of Kevin Durant and then the talent. Like they starting five, even though Chris Paul is not what he used to be. With Kevin Durant on the floor, you don't have to be that. You just gotta be able to do something. You don't gotta do much because they was looking for a lot from him last year, or just since he's been there. With Kevin Durant, you don't have to do as much of that. So you got Chris Paul, you got Devin Booker, you got depending on how they do it, you might have Josh Okogie or Kevin Durant. If y'all been watching Josh Okogie, the boy facing, he's just a good a good type player you want, a Gerald Wallace that you want to have on your team. Even though
Bruce
Gerald Wallace is a
Brown.
little better than him, he could
Yeah.
score. Let me not
You know,
disrespect Gerald Wallace.
you know, remind you of Bruce Brown for the
Yeah,
Nets.
yeah. Bruce Brown, yeah, perfect example. Bruce Brown. Then you got KD at the 4, I guess technically, but that's a matchup problem for people because you really can't check him. And then DeAndre Ayton could be what he's supposed to be. On paper, they starting 5 is just crazy. So that might be the scariest team because at the end of the day, KD came right in and fit right in with that team as he always does with other teams. 2, I got the Clippers. Even though they've been lunching, but when I watch Kawhi Leonard and see him have certain games where he just like, dang, you can't do nothing with him. His mid-range, he just don't talk. He don't do nothing. He just getting buckets. And I don't know how because, I don't know. His game just so weird and slow to me, but he's so strong. There's nothing you can do. And when he locked in defending, he was diving on the floor the other night when I was watching it, like doing everything. So, and when Paul George locked in, Paul George could be one of the better offensive players in the league. I think he settled for too many threes, and he kind of timid sometimes. When he just locked in and just doing what he need to do, he great. You got Robert Covington that barely be getting burned. Norman Powell when he come back, Zubac, Mason Plumlee or Miles Plumlee, whichever Plumlee it was, it's been a great pickup. Man, he been killing on the boards, just doing everything. I don't like Bones Highland. He kind of immature to me. I see why Denver probably let him go, but he a good player, but he little herky jerky. But they got a real good team, so yeah, the Clippers is another scary, dangerous team to me. My third, I don't know why y'all playing. If they could get it together, and my man, they not a good 3-point shooting team, but I don't think they're gonna beat people being a 3-point shooting team. They need to beat people playing bully ball. Get back to the old days. Shaquille O'Neal. He's not as big as Shaq, but the Lakers. Listen, they did this last year. Hey, okay, get the clips, y'all. Dave, get the clips. They did me like this last year with the Mavs, and we went to the WCF. So I'm on it. Listen, hey, I'm not on it, but my man, if LeBron come back and Anthony Davis play like he's been playing, that's the key. Anthony Davis, he can be a top player in the league. He could do the same thing Giannis doing with a team if he just do it. It's the fact that Anthony Davis been hurt, and because why can't the Lakers be good? They really should be good. You got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and D'Angelo Russell. That's 3 people good enough that you can be a good team and not be fighting it or scratching to get into the playoffs. It's the fact that Anthony Davis been macking it. If he can play like this, I wouldn't want to play them. If I'm the Warriors, I don't want to play Anthony Davis because who can check him? If he play like that, though, a true big man, not no 3-pointers. I know they can't shoot the ball, even though they're a little better. You got Malik Beasley, but him just banging down low all game, on the boards all game. LeBron can be the second guy instead of being the first guy. D'Angelo Russell done brought a whole lot to them. He can be another person who can score the ball, knock down shots when he needs to, assist. Dennis Schroeder in that role as the backup point guard looking pretty good. He come right in, and that's another person. He can defend, assist, and score the ball. So I'm liking the Lakers team. I ain't saying they going to the championship, but I ain't saying they ain't.
Man, I don't know, man. The Lakers, are they gonna play like this when LeBron come back though?
Exactly.
Because LeBron not being there, Malik Beasley, every time he touched a rock, he's like, I'm letting it fly. Is he gonna do that is he gonna get the same touches when LeBron there? Is D-Lo gonna be able to run the pick and roll as much when LeBron there? Like, I gotta see how LeBron look with them. So, and even if I do see it, I still don't see it. Me personally.
Yeah, like go ahead, Devin.
No, I was just about to say I don't like how none of y'all said the Nuggets either. Like y'all disrespecting their team because they got a good team. I think they like Denver. I mean, like Milwaukee. They got a good team, players. You got Bruce Brown, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Jokic. Is Jeff Green there? Yeah, we got a good team. So y'all disrespecting the Nuggets a little bit.
You said it right.
No, it's because
you said it right. Good team.
I feel like they was a given. They did, man.
But he said it's scariest. He said
Scary.
scary.
That
Jokic
scary.
don't.
But y'all,
Jokic
all
don't
three
put
of y'all
zero
said the
on him.
Warriors. Ain't nothing
I ain't
scary
say the
about
Warriors.
them.
I mean, they got a
Man,
championship pedigree. They do.
I don't care. They is done.
So look, like I think in the Western Conference, a lot of teams you can't go wrong with. Like Javon, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying about the Clippers, and I think we all agree with the Suns. I mean, it's hard to like narrow it down to one team. But what I could say with the Mavericks, right? The Mavericks, Luka was magic, but they mainly got to where they were. So mainly were because they defense. It was top 3 defense last year. Warriors too, but Warriors have shown us that they can be a great defensive team. I just told y'all at home they're third best. The Mavericks are bad at home and away in defense right now, and they just traded away their best defender, which is crucial. So that's gonna be an issue with the Mavericks. And then the Clippers, I have no beef with the Clippers. I mean, to be honest with you, the Clippers is my dark. It's like one of my Western Conference Finals teams. Depending on how the bracket goes, I got them potentially going to Western Conference Finals. I'm not mad at the Clippers pick or the Suns.
Yeah, the Clippers.
Or
Yeah,
the Lakers.
I agree with you, Devin. On
So
the
the
Clippers.
Lakers, come on, bro. Like
Clippers can be very
I
dangerous.
get it. I get it. We want the Lakers to get there. They got the big names, like you said. We don't got the big names. All right, I get the Kings. You mentioned the Kings. They got the big names. I get it, but you depend on too much, Devin. If AD could be like this, really, is he gonna be like that? Is AD gonna be healthy? Really, we're talking about a guy who don't play back to backs and a guy who's not even close to coming back, and you got them being one of the dangerous teams. Come on, bro.
Remember, he said this.
Hey, Tom, stop the cap, bro. Come on.
Stop the cap.
All right, let's. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.